Hi guys, I'm Izzy.
And I'm Jake.
And 2 weeks ago we quit our jobs to backpack around the world until we ran out of money, making videos to share our advice and give tips and tricks on how to travel on a budget. Please like and subscribe and enjoy the video.
Abby! Get the budgie.
Hi guys, we are currently in Tokyo, Japan.
Sakuba?
Yeah, more specifically Sakuba. We're staying with some family members and their house is gorgeous and this area is so
it's
nice.
beautiful. It's Isabel's dream house. So
Yeah.
I'm taking tips.
Taking
Tips of what to do.
Yeah, so we've just come back from going to the supermarket and barber for Jake.
I'm get my hair cut from a Japanese haircut.
More on that on next week's video, so
Yes.
make sure you stay tuned. So, as you've probably seen from a few clips before we started talking, we're going to be talking about our trip to the Taj Mahal.
Yep.
So the Taj Mahal is probably the top thing that we wanted to see in India altogether.
Yeah.
And that's in Agra. So we obviously got the bus from Jaipur to Agra. A lot of people do day trips from Delhi and Jaipur to the Taj Mahal because there's not really that much to see in Agra, as we found out once being there.
Yeah. We spent 5 days there, and
it was definitely
even
too
the
much.
locals were saying you should only spend 1 day here.
Yeah, so we went to the Taj Mahal. We went on a Monday.
Monday, we went on Monday morning.
We only found out actually whilst being in Agra that the Taj Mahal is closed on Fridays.
It's for the locals praying. That's
which
their
is
prayer
probably
day.
good for you to know. So if you ever are going to base your trip around going to a Taj Mahal on Friday, don't do that because it's closed.
You're not allowed unless you're Hindi.
Yeah, and it's open from sunrise to sunset. And we actually booked our tickets in advance.
And I would advise you to do that.
Website, definitely.
Totally advise you to do that. It's straightforward.
Yeah, you can pick to either go in the morning or the evening. So it's valid for. It's either valid till 12 p.m. or after 12 p.m. So it's up to you which one you pick. We decided to go as soon as it opened at 6 a.m. because not only would it probably be the quietest, but it was also to avoid the main heat of the day. And
as well as not hinting, she loves the sunrise, and it was an absolute beautiful
really lovely,
sunrise. So I'm glad we went there as well.
So we woke up at probably about 4:30.
4:30 we did, yeah.
Yeah, and we headed from our hotel, which was about a 10-minute drive, to the Taj Mahal. So we got a tuk-tuk, and we ended up getting there for about 6:10, and then we had to walk because the tuk-tuks can't take you right the way up to the front gate. So we probably had to walk about 5-10 minutes to get from there to the gate. And we already had the tickets, although we did actually walk past the ticket stands and they were completely empty. So if you are going to buy tickets there, I would recommend going at 6 a.m. because there's no queues.
Otherwise it's going to be heaving and you're going to be stuck in that queue for at least an hour.
So we had the tickets and QR codes already on our phones. So we literally just went up to the main gate. They just scan your QR codes. There's a few separate lines for foreigners, people who live in India, people who are in Bismarck countries, I think that is.
Yes, it is, yeah.
And so things like that. So you obviously just go in the line that you need. There were no queues at all at the time we went, so again, would really recommend going at that time. And all they did was scan our QR codes and we went through, and then you go through a metal detector.
Where they take anything. If you smoke, do not bring a lighter because they will confiscate your lighter and they won't give you it back. Anything like that. So just little tips, you know.
I don't know if you're allowed to bring water or anything. We didn't, but we did see some people with bottles of water. So I'm assuming you're allowed to take things like that through. But yeah, so we went through. It all went really smoothly, no queuing at all. And then we went in and saw the Taj Mahal. It was amazing.
Beautiful.
We would definitely recommend. The tickets in total it was £16.50 each, I think it worked out as. And on the website, it did actually say that that was for the grounds and inside the mausoleum. But when we got there, we tried to go in through the queue and they said that our tickets didn't include that. So we ended up not going inside.
We were a bit confused, so we just didn't go inside.
Yeah. If you do want to do that though, they can provide shoe covers and things like that, so you don't have to worry about anything like that.
Taking your shoes off if you feel uncomfortable taking your shoes off. If you've got a nice pair of shoes, like, you know, Jordans or something that's worth quite a lot of money,
you can just put the covers on instead of leaving them outside. It's an extra 200 rupees to go inside
the mausoleum,
but we didn't have any extra cash on us at the time, so that's
we couldn't. And they don't take card. They don't. That's another big thing. It's all cash, no card.
Yeah, so we spent a couple of hours around there, didn't we? And it was, like I said, you have up until 12. We didn't spend that long because even at 6 a.m. it was really hot. So we basically spent some time there, got loads of photos.
Loads of photos.
It was
Loads
so
of people
beautiful.
asked us for photos as well, and they showed the appreciation because we had this family that was like, can we take pictures with you? I'm like, yeah, of course. And we basically kind of asked them, why do you want pictures? Like, what's so about us? And they said, we just want to show our appreciation because you're learning our history.
Yeah, they said, we're so proud to have foreigners come and learn our history,
which
really nice.
Kind of makes sense, and it made us feel a bit of like gratitude towards
because
them.
Throughout our whole trip, loads of people have come up and asked for photos with us. And at first we thought it was just because it's kind of like a novelty of seeing tourists, but to now know that it's also because they're just proud to have people come to India.
Foreigners come and see their really history and their religion. It was an amazing feeling. So yeah, the Taj Mahal was absolutely wonderful. We spent the day there, and that was our last full day, and then we left on the next day, and this is where the problems began. So we got up at, our bus was at 10:10, so we got there for about 9:30 in Agra, to Delhi, which is by Nugo, which I've got nothing to say but bad words about Nugo now, because they almost caused us to miss our flight to Japan.
As you know, the other two buses we've got have gone absolutely smoothly. We found the buses okay, and in their defence, it was actually the easiest place to find the pickup point, the one in Agra. It was just opposite the Agra fort, next to a big statue in a car park. And we thought it was going so well. We were there like half an hour early.
Too good to be true.
We'd found the place where it was going to be, and then it got to 10:10, didn't it? And we were like, okay,
where's the bus?
Yeah, they've been completely on time, if not early, every other time. So we were asking some of the people because we saw two guys putting up a bus stand sign that said Agra to Delhi on it. So we were talking to them, and they were like, oh yeah, we work for the bus company and things like that. And we were like, oh, can you ring them? And they were like, oh no, we can't contact them. We don't have numbers. We don't do things like that. And we were like, okay. So we called the hotline, which was the number on our ticket. And
useless.
They just didn't. They had an option to speak to them in English, but they didn't know any English. So we couldn't get any kind of information out of them. And some of the locals we'd been talking to whilst we were sitting there actually were really helpful and rang them for us and spoke to them in Hindi. And found out that the bus had been delayed by an hour. But by this point, we'd actually already been waiting for the bus for an hour. So that was an extra hour on top. So we waited until about
10:12, which is an hour, because we rang at 10:11, and they said the hour delay, right? So I was like, right, no problem. So I thought it was going to come at 10:11 because it's 10:10. But then we thought in our heads, maybe she meant it's an extra hour delay from now.
So we'll stay an extra hour just in case. And then by 10:15, they kept saying, oh, it's going to be an extra 10 minutes, and we were like, we can't risk it. We have a flight from Delhi at 9 p.m. and we had to be there 3 hours before, so we thought we need to just go. We toyed with a few ideas, didn't we? We didn't know whether to get a taxi straight from there. We didn't know whether to get a taxi to the train station and try and get a train. But in the end, we got a taxi all the way from Agra to Delhi, with the help of a tour guide, which we didn't know was a tour guide. He was just one of the locals that had been talking to us. Yeah,
and he helped us a lot, but he charged us a lot for the help, which was very minuscule in the end because he just took us down the road. So it was 5,000 rupees from Delhi, which I'm so happy it happened in Delhi, because if it happened in places like in Agra, because if it happened in places like Tokyo, like if we want to get a taxi that distance,
it was 4 hours, by the way.
We would have to come back home because it would use all of our travel money, basically.
I mean, you can just imagine in England how much it would cost if
for
you asked for
a
Newcastle to Manchester taxi. They would charge you a fortune, which understandably. So £50 in the long run wasn't bad, but it was obviously way more than what the bus just would have been.
Yeah.
And on the way there, the tour guide actually rang them again, and they said it was delayed by another 2 hours.
So it was 4 hours delayed in the end.
So if we had waited for it, we would have missed our flight.
Yeah.
So we are glad we got a taxi in the end. A little bit annoyed. We now understand why people said that the buses are really unreliable, even though they'd been fine for us up until then.
Yeah, give me a little bit, because when we were speaking to people and they're like, how would you get from places to places? We all said buses, and everyone was like, oh no, you shouldn't get the bus. Just get the train. Bus is very unreliable. But yeah, all the buses when we got from Delhi to Jaipur, Agra, it was fine. But our luck, me and Izzy have not got the best of luck. So we just, the night before, we were even speaking about what should we do if this bus doesn't turn up. It's like we kind of had a hunch that it wasn't going to turn up, and it didn't. But we got to the airport on time. Security was straightforward. It literally took 2 minutes to get through.
Yeah, the airport was great. And so yeah, it went really well. We got the flight over to Narita Airport.
Let's talk about the flight, because we were on our previous videos we've explained that the 787 Dreamliner, the one that I got, it was so easy to get India. Now this is the worst flight I've ever been on in my whole entire life. The turbulence was...
He says that every flight, by the way. No. The one to come every flight. Honestly, every single flight we get.
Hey. But this was the worst flight I've ever been on. As the turbulence, the service and everything was good, the food was good, but it's just the flight itself was awful. Like, Isabel fell asleep, and I generally thought at one point the plane was going down, because the plane, I don't know if it was turning or because it had turbulence, it was shaking, and then it went like this.
This was all from the weather, by the way. It's nothing to do with the actual plane. It was just because we were going towards the start of monsoon season, so it was really rainy and windy, and that's why the turbulence.
So the plane was like this, okay, going straight, and the turbulence, obviously, it was shaking. Now at one point the plane went like this. So it went all the way to the side.
Like
Isabel was asleep, so she's like, oh yeah, I didn't see. I was the one who was crying my eyes out, talking to the person next to me, like holding his hand basically, saying, oh God, we're going to die together. And it was like this, although for quite a long way, about 30 seconds, I was panicking. But we got here safe and sound, and there's no more long haul flights that we're doing now. We're doing flights to South Korea and stuff, but it's like an hour and a half, so I'm absolutely over the moon now. So I've got nothing to worry about. No more 8-hour flights until we go back to England, which is hopefully not going to be for like a year and a half or something like that.
Yeah, but we on a whole enjoyed our time in India. We would recommend going there as a country. Personally, I wouldn't recommend going there solo as a female. I've done a bit of solo travelling in my past, and India is not somewhere where I would feel comfortable going by myself. No. But as a group or with your partner,
or even with a friend, like you know, like
we met some friends that went, and they went as the 3 of them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, but then again, everything is what you make it. If you are more of a seasoned traveller, you will probably feel okay doing India and things like that. This is just our opinion.
Yeah, that's opinion. We don't want the cloudy judgments. We're just giving you a bit more insight of how we felt. This is our YouTube like. We're just talking about, we don't live with life with regrets. This is why we do the videos, you know, like, I don't care what people think about us or anything like that.
Even if not many people watch, but we can help someone get a train instead of a bus so they don't miss a flight.
And if there's one person that can watch this video and it can help them from, you know, when they go to the places that we're going to, that means the world to us. It doesn't care about all these, like, you know, millions of views and stuff. We're not doing it to become famous. We're not doing it to get money. Yeah. We're doing it so we can help
and
someone.
To have it as things to look back on for ourselves as well.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed this video about the Taj Mahal and our last couple of days in India.
Namaste.
We are going to be doing a lot of videos in Japan.
I love Japan so far. This is absolutely amazing.
We're spending today and tomorrow with our family, and then after that we go to Tokyo, and we're planning on doing loads of things there. We want to go to Mount Fuji,
we're going to do videos
Kamakura.
Of all the places we're going to. We're going to do one day where we just eat out the vending machines, which we're going to show you in the videos, and they're so bloody cool.
7-Eleven.
It's amazing.
Like
yes, so, we're going to do one day at 7-Eleven.
Stay tuned for some Japanese content. We're very excited, and
Arigato.
please like and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.